Hello world and welcome to this video. So Behringer have announced a new synth which is on the horizon, the Grind. So this is one of their new producer series desktop synths, which is similar to the Edge and the Crave and the Spice, which I'm not sure if that's out yet. And it seems to be based on their eurorack module Brains, which is itself based on Mutable Instruments Platts. So I thought we'd have a little discussion about that today and see what your thoughts are on that. Okay, so Behringer, we all know Behringer, the company, everyone's favourite company to hate because of their tendency for creating clones of expensive synths for a very cheap price. So they have recently made a foray into the eurorack world, bringing out some clones of different eurorack modules. Particularly, I think there's a maths clone. Can't remember what it's called. There might be a Mutable Instruments Marbles clone, and they have a Platts clone. And this is in addition to the eurorack 2600 series, which is kind of based on the ARP 2600, which I have there. So yeah, and then of course there's all the desktop synths, the fixed architecture synths that they've released, which are clones of various Moog or what else? Prophet synths, and I can't remember now, but there's so many of them, so many synths. I think at one point I did see that there was going to be a Lin drum. Maybe that's been released already. Anyway, going off topic. So Behringer, are they the bad guy really or not? I don't know. I have a Behringer ARP 2600 there, which I enjoy using. I don't use it so much in a lot of these videos, but I do enjoy using it, and it sounds really good. It seems to be built well. It's a good synth. It didn't cost an arm and a leg. It was affordable for me. The main reason I bought it was because I thought it would actually make a good sort of partner for the eurorack system, and that I'd be able to sort of integrate the two together. And that has kind of worked. So it's sort of given me a little bit of expansion with some extra, oscillators and different modules that I can use with my eurorack, and that's why I bought it. So yeah, there's a few other Behringer synths that I've seen that I've thought, oh, I'd quite like that. For example, there is the I think there's one called the Pro 8, which looks quite nice. It's sort of like polyphonic desktop synth. The Edge, I was quite interested in getting that because I think that's meant to be a clone of DFAM. I can't really afford a DFAM, so that would be quite cool to have a little play around with. I'm trying to get one of those at work, and then I could borrow it perhaps. Borrow, that is. Returning it at a later date. So for people who can't afford a lot of these really cool synths, Behringer is great. Of course, there is this sort of ethical morality argument. Are they sort of doing a disservice to the smaller synth companies? Not that Moog is a small synth company, but like the likes of Make Noise, where they've just out and out copied the maths module, and then now we've got these Mutable Instruments modules. Well, Mutable Instruments aren't making modules anymore, and there's already a lot of clones of Mutable Instruments modules. So is it okay for Behringer to clone them as well? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. So this new synth is based on Platts. As I say, Behringer already have a Platts eurorack module called Brains, which has all of the Platts modes, but I think it has some extra modes as well 4 extra modes, and it also has a little tiny screen which shows you the waveform or the wave shape on the screen. That seems like quite a cool little addition. Now, interestingly, the this new synth doesn't have that little screen on it, and I wonder why that is. It would have been nice to have that little screen on. If they just taken that Platts module and they've put it into a desktop box, why didn't they put the little screen on as well? I suppose it doesn't fit in with the format of that producer series because none of the others have screens on, and it would probably cost more money to engineer that in there as well. So it looks kind of cool. You look, I'll probably put some pictures up somewhere in this video, but you've got all the usual things you'd expect to see on Platts, all the usual controls, which are what do we have, like the timbre and the morph controls, harmonic controls, and then a button for cycling through the different modes, and you've got the sort of what do you call it, the oscillator modes, and then the more kind of percussion modes. And that's all there. Plus, I think there's the extra modes, and then I think there's everything you'd expect on a desktop synth. So there's like a VCA section and a filter section, and it looks really cool. And then you've got the standard Behringer sequencer, probably arpeggiator as well, which you get on all of these little desktop synths. I think it's the same sequencer that's actually in a lot of even the bigger synths as well, has that same sequencer in there. So it's a really cool little box. Don't know how much it's going to cost, don't know when exactly it's going to be out. Some of the comparable ones like the Edge and the Crave, I feel they're sort of in the sub £200 or $200 range, so I'd expect this probably will be something similar. So yeah, it looks like quite a cool little desktop synth, which is based on Platts. What do we think about that? Well, I think it could be, it could be quite interesting. And if you're somebody who wants to get into modular synth, this could be a great little way in for you. It's a semi-modular. Sorry, let's say that again. It's semi-modular, so that means you can patch into it as well, and you can integrate it with a modular setup. So if you were to buy this for, let's assume it's less than £200, what you've got then is a standalone synth that you can then patch into. It's got some iconic sounds in there that are, sort of from a classic module, eurorack module. And yeah, so it really is sort of like quite a cool little way into modular synth if you're interested in doing that. And even if you're not, it looks like it will be quite a cool little addition to any studio anyway. Yeah, so that is the Behringer Grind, which will be no doubt coming fairly soon. There's a couple of videos, I'll put links in the description, from Behringer where they're demoing that, so you can have a listen to it. Let me know, what are your thoughts on this? Are Behringer the root of all evil, or are they doing us all a favour by creating these clones and bringing so many different possibilities to the market? Let me know in the comments below. So, shorter video today, but of course, as always, hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.